Hi Flosstube, I'm Pam. Welcome to my channel. Today is Saturday, January 29th, 2022. And this is Flosstube number 50 something. I keep forgetting to check. I also do not have notes. I am also at my house today instead of at the store, which should be apparent to you if you're a returning viewer. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate it. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around a while. I understand if you don't though, because sometimes I don't always make sense. Okay, anyway, we're having a snow day today. My friend, Amy Gable Stitcher, was at the store this week and she gave me a 60-second lesson in basic editing. So if I followed her lessons correctly, you will have seen a little bit of snow video out my front window. So you can see what's happening here in Rhode Island today. And if I couldn't figure it out, you're gonna be like, Pam, there was no video. And I'll be like, yeah, because I couldn't figure it out. But I mean, fingers crossed that I can figure it out. So hopefully there'll be a little snow video at the front of the video. And I think at the end, I'm gonna show you maybe a little bird video because my bird feeders are packed. So it's snowing here today in Rhode Island. So the store is closed, which is a little bit sad. It's a lot of bit sad. I had friends coming down to visit the shop and we were gonna have a surging event and all of that had to be canceled because we have a blizzard warning. It's been a while. It's been a few years since we've had a pretty big snowstorm and like, why couldn't it have been on a Monday? No, it had to be on a Saturday. I'm not gonna complain about it though. And we're gonna celebrate the snow day. I have a coupon code for all of you to use at the shop, stitchnewengland.com. If you use the code SNOWDAY, all one word, I don't know if it has to be all caps, but I typed the code out in all caps. I'll have the code in the description box below and you can get 10% off your order through Monday. It's a limited time only code because it's a snow day. And I realize it's not a snow day for everyone all over the country, but it's a snow day here. But what that also means for me is that I get to get a lot of stitching in. So yeah, we'll do a little life update. I have no notes, so we'll see how this goes. We'll do a little life update. I'll show you what I've been stitching on. I'm really actually excited to show you what I've been stitching on. I've got a teeny tiny bit of haul, and then I'm gonna do a little mini shop update. Okay, life update. I got my hair cut, and I got a new perm, and it's looking a little bit wonky today because last night, I got a little nervous about my bird feeders and I was afraid that they would blow down. I mean, we're gonna have some pretty serious winds here today. And I have one that's like, it's like a metal pole and you stick a cylinder of like compressed seed onto it. And every time it's windy, it blows off, the seed cylinder breaks on the ground and then it is useless to me. The possums have a good time with it. And, so I took it down last night and then I'm like, well, I should take down my cylinder feeder too. Even though it's never blown off, what if this time it does? I mean, they're expensive. So I took it down and then I came out this morning and there was like 1,000 birds at the teeny tiny little feeder that's only the little clinger birds, the ones that cling onto things, could eat at. And my tray feeder was empty and it was tragic. So I had to put on my boots and my coat and my hat. This is where this story is going, the hat. And put the cylinder feeder back out there. I was like, if I have to buy a new one, I have to buy a new one. And I filled up the tray feeder and now they're all over it and happy. I mean, I don't know if they're happy because the wind chill is like 0 and it's snowing, but at least they're eating, I guess. But the point of the story was that I had to wear a hat and now that's happening. We're just gonna pretend that it's perfect. Also, I taught my first beginner cross stitch class Thursday night. It wasn't the first one I've ever taught. I've taught youngsters, but this was the first time I've formally taught adults how to stitch. I think it went good. I have the little project that we started together in here. I'm not counting it as an official whip though. So I think that went well. I mean, I guess my my students would have to tell you, I guess, how it went, but on my end, I think it went well. What else has been going on in the life of Pam? I think that's it. Let's jump into what I've been stitching then. I need some coffee. Speaking of coffee, I have discovered the pistachio latte at Starbucks. It's a good thing the line at Starbucks is always so long that I never have time to go through it. That's what I'm going to say about that. Okay, what have I been stitching? So I'm going to show you first. Usually last year, I only showed my temperature stitch along once a month, but I'm just having such a good time with it that I think I'm going to show it every week until I feel like I shouldn't. So I am stitching Christie's Corners Temperature Library 2. And so every shelf is a month and every book is a day, and you stitch the book's color according to the temperature of the day. And I didn't use Christie's temperature key. I used the same one from Stitch and Mommy's temperature tree of last year. I fiddled with the colors a little bit. I kind of like the consistency of having the same color key every year if I can. So here we are. I'm going to apologize for the lighting because I'm at home and the lighting's not as good and it's gloomy out and the wind just blew a bunch of birds away. It's very windy. If the power goes out, that's why. Okay. So all of these ones are the ones I stitched. So this is where I'm at so far. And I'm almost done with the February shelf. So I'll be ready to go. I'm so excited. I'm thinking I'm going to stitch 2022 in sparkly thread. And I am stitching the bookcase itself in Weeks Dye Works Pelican Gray. Oh, I'm so in love with it. And I'm stitching it on 16 count white Aida. It could be 14 count actually. I'm not sure. I hope it's 16. I probably should have checked. Because if it's 14, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room. That would be bad. In December, we'll have to just like get tacked on the bottom somehow. I still have, it's not too late to jump on the temperature stitch along situation. You can get that chart as a PDF at Christy Corner's Etsy site. I'll link it below. She's got a few options. She has a library from last year, and she also has like a drinking shelf situation, which I might do next year. I'm not entirely sure. Although somebody had shared with me like a galaxy looking one, and I'm really intrigued by that one too. So we'll see what I do next year. And then I have hard copies of the chart at the store at stitchwingland.com. Okay. Then what did I work on? So then I've been trying this year to have 2 projects every month that I focus on for 10 days. And so the first project this month has already been put away. It was the Riolis kit with the birds. So then the next one that was getting 10 days of love was A Year at Hawthorne Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. And I was working on the September block, and I said if I got it finished, I would hop on up to May. Spoiler alert, I got it finished. Not the May block, but the September block. I have to say, I really enjoyed focusing on this for 10 days. I've been struggling with getting it finished, which is why I have the Hawthorne Hollow Stitch Together Zoom call, which is still currently closed. I apologize. Because it was getting it out once a month. But then keeping it out for another 9 days, like, it didn't bother me because I knew I didn't have to like finish a block if I didn't want to, and that it would come out again in February anyway. It was sort of like a no pressure situation. I cannot wait to show you this September block. I am stitching this on 40 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. The September block, excuse my wrinkles. The September block is done. It's so good. Oh, I love it. I toyed with having the sun keep its like face or not, but I'm glad I kept the face. I mean, technically it's not a whole face, it's just the bottom of the face. But I'm so glad I kept the face because I feel like it looks like a sun beating down on, I don't know, it just wouldn't have that same sort of like hot day look that I feel like the scene requires. I'm so happy. So then, where do you see how much I got done in the May block? The September block is all the called for colors. I am doing the DMC conversion though. I'm not stitching it in the MPI silks. But the May block, I'm switching colors all over the place because in the chart, I don't know why I put it away. I don't even know what I did with it. In the chart, they're very like fall-like and dark, like they're autumnal colors. And it's May. So, and I get that overall it's a Hawk Run Hollow piece and it's supposed to have a little bit of a prim look, but I've been brightening up colors where I feel like they should be brightened. So I got like a whole flower almost done. I finished the little like, whatever that is. I got some words in, and then I'm so happy that I may get the May block done this year. And then I'll have 2 blocks done this year. Oh, I'm so excited about this. And then I started, because the May block is right under the February block, I was not happy with the fish. I didn't want them to be in red. They're originally charted to be in like an orange, and I switched it out to be the same like reds that I used in the January block. And then I've been unsure about them this whole time. And now that I'm like working right under them, they have to come out. So I started frogging them. That's why you've got this fluff and nonsense going on here. I'm gonna leave the red heart, but I'm gonna restitch the fish in like, I think gray and blue, or blue and purple, or gray and purple. I'm gonna use whatever like bluey gray colors are already in the block, and I'm gonna restitch them. I feel like the red fish didn't make sense. It was bothering me. Hold on, I gotta roll it back up. I don't know why I keep this one rolled and not folded. And then this is how it gets stored. Okay. So then it was Wednesday night stitching group. Oh, you already seen this. We've already talked about this. I had a new start last week, and I didn't film on Wednesday. I'm just realizing today's Saturday. Normally I film on Wednesdays, and I didn't tell you why I did not film on Wednesday. I did not film on Wednesday because Tuesday night was our first Fancy Folk Zoom Stitch Together. That is still open. I have not closed it yet. If you are stitching a Fancy Folk and you would like to have some company once a month, the 4th Thursday, except this month it was a Tuesday, but the 4th Thursday, I'm gonna sneeze, of every month, I wish the sneeze would just come. Maybe it's gone. Okay. So the 4th Thursday of every month, you can sign up. There's a Google form in the description box below, and you only have to sign up once though. Don't sign up every month. It's still open. I might close it soon though. I'm going to give it like maybe next month, see what happens. And we just get together and we stitch our Fancy Folk for a couple hours. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. We usually stitch about somewhere between 9 and 10 because I'm an early bird. And so we're all stitching together Tuesday night, and we're talking about our eyes. And and stitching and the glasses and magnification we need. And all of a sudden I was like, I have an eye appointment in the morning. I totally forgot that I had an eye appointment Wednesday morning, which meant that my eyes got dilated, and then I was useless for most of the rest of Wednesday. The hubby had to drive me to work, and I just couldn't get you're always a little bit headachy. I just couldn't film. So we're filming today, and that's okay. And I'm still planning on filming Wednesday. So you're gonna get a short window in between videos. Anyway, at the shop, this is my shop project. I am stitching, I gotta find the picture, Next Door by Heartstring Samplery. And it says, I wish you lived next door. And I'm just stitching it to be a shop model. And I am stitching it on 40 count Que Sera Sera by Needle and Flax. And I've made some really good progress. That's a lot done. So I worked a little bit more on the border, and then I've got, like, all of this flower situation is done except the leaves. So the leaves are going in, and then I'm gonna work on the words. This is stitching up so fast, considering like I really only work on it on Wednesdays. This is 2 Wednesdays worth of work. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's a fun stitch. And the colors are like super, super fun. I cannot wait. This blue color is what the words are in. I can't wait to get to that. Okay, let's put that away. Then what happened? Then we had the Fancy Folks Stitch Together, which I am stitching Princess Eliana by Mirabilia. And if you watched my 2021 recap finish and whip parade, I mentioned that I was missing 2 of my whips and I could not find them. And there was a lot of concern by me and you. And I'm happy to say that I found them. When I used to film here all the time, I had sort of like an overflow basket that I kept in the kitchen where I just dumped everything that I would show in a floss tube and then sort of put it away gradually. But then I showed the whips that I was missing in the last floss tube I filmed here, and they went in the basket. And then like Christmas happened, and you can see Christmas is still sort of happening at my house because. And so they went in the overflow basket, and then the basket sort of got like tucked away under a side table in my living room. And I forgot about it. Like, even though I could see it was there, I wasn't thinking about like what was inside of it and what it was used for. And then I was stitching one day and I looked over at it and I'm like, I think that my stitching might be in there. And sure enough, it was. So, which is good, because come Tuesday, if I hadn't found this, I wouldn't have had anything to stitch on at the Fancy Folks Stitch Together. So it is, I don't normally show project bags, but I'll show this one because my friend Dawn Marie made it for me specifically to hold this project. And the deal was that I would start a full coverage, which I did on New Year's Day. So we're even Stevens, Dawn Marie. And I'm starting another one on the first day of spring, which I'll show when we get to haul. So where is Princess Eliana? This is what she's gonna look like when she's done, like 20 years from now. And this is where she is now. I am stitching her on, hold on, 32 count Illusion by Silk Weaver. And it's an opalescent, and like I'm really think it's gonna look stunning when I'm done, but I'm not having a good time with the fabric. It kind of makes my eyes tired, but it's stunning. Like, the fabric is gorgeous. So here is where we are at. I'm gonna try to get her up close. There's not a whole, it's hard to tell like what we're even looking at. I did stitching up in here on Tuesday night, and I think in here, I don't even know where I stitched. I gotta iron this. It will happen. So every fourth Thursday, this will come out, and then it gets 10 days of its own focus month. I think it's towards the end of the year though. So might be like November or December is its focus month, but it will get love before then every month. So, and then lastly, the little project that we were doing for the beginner cross stitch class was Winter Snapperland, Walking in a Winter Snapperland, Z Rink by Bent Creek. And I'm stitching it on 16 count. It might be parchment, or it might be light mocha. I'm not entirely sure. Sorry, we were doing some practice stuff, but I got some of the border in, a little bit of snow, and a little tree, and a sparkly star. It's gonna have a snap in here, but I was showing them how to put the snap on. Yeah, it's gonna be cute. I don't know when I'm gonna work on it again. It might be like the next thing that just hangs out at the shop for me to work on. Those are my whips from this week. Oh, no. And then last night, I thought I would have a snowstorm project. It's not a new start, but I wanted something that I could sit in the living room. I need to keep an eye on the time. Sorry, I have a Zoom call later. I could sit in my living room and watch the snow and just do some easy block stitching. So I got out Sir Thomas from Glendon Place. This was my birthday start from last year. It's gorgeous. I love it so much. I am currently working in here. So it's being done on 28 count antique white. And here's where we're at. So last night, this is what I love about this project. Last night I did all of this yellow stitching and then started on this. You're not gonna be able to see the sparkle, but it's a silk lame from Rainbow Gallery. There's so much sparkle in here and you're missing it. So I'm gonna work on this all today too, because it's snowing. Oh, the birds are gone. I don't know if we'll get a bird video in unless the birds come back. If the birds don't come back, I'll stick in a second snowstorm video for those of you in like Florida and Arizona who maybe are feeling a little left out that they aren't having a snow day. We might even get some thunder snow, which is always a little exciting. If you don't live in an area where it snows, thunder snow is when you get claps of thunder in the snowstorm. That lets you know you're getting 2 or 3 inches an hour. That's some serious snow. Okay, so I have a teeny tiny little bit of haul and a little bit of Happy Meal actually. We'll show that. So for my birthday, my middle guy said, hey, can I just hop online and buy you a chart that you want? That'll make my life easy. And I said, yeah, because I want to start the Peacock, Unicorn, and a Badger chart by Scarlet Letter for the first day of spring, and you can buy the chart for me. And he said, okay. And then we forgot to do it. So a couple weeks ago, I said, hey, we need to order that chart or I'm not gonna have it in time. And so we got online and we did it. And it came in. A peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. This is seriously full coverage. So if you've never seen this before, if you're a new stitcher, the green is not fabric, it's stitching. So it's full coverage. I can't. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to stitch this. Is it March already? See, there's a peacock, and there's a unicorn, and there's a badger. I mean, you could have named it a whole bunch of things, like a swan and a squirrel, and I don't know, what is that? Like a fish. A quail? That would have been fun. A swan, a fish, and a quail could have been the name. I gotta put my eyeballs on for a sec. What else is in here? I will say, I don't know if I should point it out or not. There is a concerning fruit in here. I'm just gonna hold this up for a sec. It's in this quadrant, and you can see, that's gonna be a little awkward when I start stitching that. And if you see it, you see it, and if you don't, lucky you. I don't know what's going on there, but oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I'm gonna stitch it in DMC. That was a teeny tiny little bit of haul I got. And then Terry sent me some Happy Mail. She was sending a package in the mail to the shop for someone else and sent me a little gift along as well. And thank you so much, Terry. It's a scissor fob. It's got a little dragonfly on there. Can you see it? And it's sparkly. You know I love me some sparkles. I know it's supposed to be a scissor fob, but I always tend to put my scissor fobs as zipper pulls on my project bag. And I actually think this would be stunning on my Mirabilia project bag, except there's no zipper on there. There is a zipper on the inside. I'm gonna put it on the inside. Okay, so that brings us to, oh my gosh, how could I have forgotten this? We have 3,000 subscribers. You all are so amazing. So on Wednesday's video, we're gonna have a 3,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm not doing it today because I wanna do it at the shop where I'm prepared. And I'm like, woo, not prepared today. But so on Wednesday, there's gonna be a 3,000 subscriber giveaway video. And like, thank you all so much. When I started this in May of 2020, I really thought like maybe my mom would watch, maybe. And like, there's 3,000 of you that watch. And I am so appreciative of all of you. Like, there's nothing that makes my day more than reading the comments. And like, I love having a stitching community. It absolutely blows my mind that pre-May of 2020, or like, let's just go back to 2018. In 2018, that was what, 3 years ago, I stitched alone. I did not know a single other stitcher. And now I have so many stitchy friends, and I have a store. Like, I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna get a little, whoo, okay. We're gonna stop talking about it, but like, you all mean so much to me. Okay. So yeah, so look forward to that on Wednesday. Now we'll get into some shop update. So I have a few things I wanted to show you that came into the store this week. I have Lindy Stitch's newest releases. This one is Prancing in the Tulips. So this was originally, it's a series of cats in the garden that she released in 2021. This is 2022. Holy mackerel. I gotta press my reset button. In 2021, these were in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. So she's releasing them to everybody now. This is one that I started and UFO'd last year because I ended up converting the cat into colors that match the cat that I have. But this actually looks a lot like one of our first cats named Sage that we love dearly. And so I think I'm gonna restitch it charted as is. I might make a little less white because she was a calico that had a little more orange and black than white, but she pretty much was shaped like that. So that will be our cat Sage when I restart her. So she's in the shop right now. And then this one is called Chosen Precious Child. I really like those violets I assume they're violets. And it says, "My God, why would you shed your blood so pure and undefiled to make a sinful one like me, your chosen precious child?" And then there's like an extra alphabet so you can add your own like name and situation down there. So that's at the shop too. I just started carrying, I just set up an account with Just Another Button Company. So if you're looking for Just Another Buttons, you can message it. I don't have them in the shop. You can message me and I can get them for you. But I set up the account because I wanted to bring in the pins. I really love cute little pins on the top of drums and pillows and pincushions. I just can't. So I'm just going to show a few that I have, only because the Big Hearted Tiny Town by Heart and Hand was a huge success. You sold me out of it. I have more coming. But if you stitch it as a drum, which I think I'm going to do, I'm going to start it in February, these pins would be adorable on it. So these ones say love, and there's a heart. And then these ones, there's like a little like Valentine envelope and a bee and a flower. I think both of these would be equally cute on top of that drum. So I brought those into the shop. I also have others in the shop too that I didn't bring home to show you. And then this is what I'm seriously the most excited about. I have been waiting for this. It's only like a month late. It's okay. The Primitive Hair 2022 cross stitch calendar arrived at the shop yesterday. I was like, if I have to be closed for snow day, at least this makes me happy. So on the back, I cannot open it up and show you the pictures because every month it's a calendar day. And at the top, where the picture is, there's a picture of the chart, the model, and then the chart to stitch the model is there, and then the key. So these, I'm going to show you, are all the charts. This one right here, oh, you know I'm stitching that. I can't even. And the whale, I love that. Seriously, the March. I don't think there's one here I don't like. Oh my, seriously? That squirrel. So this one's mine. I totally had to get one for myself. I'm so excited about it. And then I didn't have 3 of the fabrics that some of the charts call for. So in the shop now, there's Ancient Stones. There is the Bolin fabric and Crispy October. So these are all in the shop now. And even though they're brand new, you can still use the code SNOWDAY with them. So again, SNOWDAY, I'll have it in the description box below. Coupon code for the shop throughout the weekend. I think it'll be good through Monday too. I never know what that means. If it ends on the 31st, does that mean it ends at the end of the day on the 31st or when the 31st starts? These are hard questions that I don't know the answer to. I assume that it will work all day on Monday as well. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that calendar. I have a limited quantity, so if you're interested in the calendar, I would jump on that sooner rather than later. All right, I think that's it for me today. I'm gonna try to do some light editing so I can get maybe a bird video in and a snow video. And I want to apologize for the snow video and the bird video ahead of time if I somehow figure this out, because I'm filming through my screen and the wind today, like my window screens, because I'm not going outside to film. And the wind is such that the snow is sticking to the screen also a little bit. So I'm having to film through a little bit of snow and screen. There are like 30 birds at my feeder right now. I feel so bad for them. I always wonder we're not gonna talk about sad things and birds and snow. Okay. So if you're having a snow day today, I hope that you stay warm and safe, stay home, stay off the roads. And if you are somewhere warm right now, I'm jealous. I hope you all stay safe and and healthy and happy and get a lot of stitching in. And I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, everyone.